was it about this game that they were able to keep the lead once they got it there at the end?
Our defense, honestly, our defense was really good in 3 of the 4 quarters tonight. The second quarter, they got whatever they wanted. Um, they were the aggressors on each possession, and uh, besides that, I thought we did a great job of talking stuff out, trying to take them out of their comfort zone, contesting jump shots. But that's why we try to emphasize defense every day because that's what you can hang your hat on when you're trying to become a winning team.
Ingram seemed like he was able to. He's had that passing before. Looked like he was able to get his offense going. His individual scoring more fluidly and more comfortably.
I think he's slowly been getting more comfortable at navigating the paint. He's had each of the last couple games he's had some really nice finishes coming in off one leg and using his length around the rim to get angles. And like anything else, that's just figuring it out as a young player and where he can look to take advantage of things. But you're right, he looked very comfortable out there tonight, and it's nice to see that type of game from him.
You mentioned you guys had 68. That was the focus of the start of the game, or something just going to happen?
No, but I think if you're playing the right way and you're moving the ball, that's gonna happen. We like to, obviously a lot of our guys like to shoot threes, and we're okay with that if they're good, rhythm shots, or if Nick or D'Angelo's hot. But besides that, we don't want to just be a three-point shooting team. We want to penetrate the defense, whether it's a post up or it's a drive or a pass, and we want to attack the rim. And now if they collapse on that type of stuff, now we want to kick out to shooters. But I thought that all started with D'Angelo and the way he was attacking downhill to start the game. I think he really, him and Julius kind of set the tone early on for that type of game for us. I mean, a couple players pushing each other. Obviously, it's what I mean. I'm not. I don't think it's that big of a deal. You know, you never want a fight to happen, but whatever. It's scuffle. Two guys push each other. Keep the game moving. Let's go.
You talk a lot about Meta World Peace's impact in the locker room all year. You like seeing that? Well, obviously, you like it, but what did you make of the response in that final minute from the crowd when it came in?
It's great for Meta. I mean, honestly, the fans love him here, and they should. He was a huge part of bringing a championship to this city, and he's been a huge part of the organization since, in helping with these young guys and being out in the community and just turning into just an absolute, role model, really, of which is pretty crazy. But I've said it before: give the man credit from where he was before to where he is now as a man is really really impressive. But for him to get that type of love, and you see how his teammates react to him, they all joke with him, but they respect him for what he's done. And he fouled too much when he was out there, but it was still nice.
Are you guys still deciding if his contract is guaranteed as of after tomorrow, if he's still on the roster? Is that something you guys are still deciding about, or is he free?
That's I like him with us, but that's a front office decision. But my recommendation is to keep him obviously with us.
If they don't, there's a spot open on your bench as like an special assistant position.
That would be my next recommendation. I mean, I want the guy around our players. I do. He's professional. I think it's more beneficial when he's actually in practice and in the trenches with them. But he's someone that helps the team just being around.
Do you think that was ejection worthy for both Dragic?
I mean, I just saw a replay as someone showed me on their phone. I didn't even see it live. But the slow motion replay of an iPhone, it looked like bumping and shoving. maybe a technical each, but there's so many, all the new rules, it's tough to tell what's what anymore. But I'm always a fan of letting players continue to play unless something gets completely out of hand.
When did you start to notice something was going on? What was the first thing you noticed?
With
With when they started, it turned into something bigger than just because when
well, I saw I when what's his name was on the ground and he jumped up and charged at JC, but I didn't see anything before that until I was walking in here.
is there any change in, oh, so you saw it as you were walking in here?
It was someone showed me on their phone, but it's a blurry, tiny little bit of the play.
Was there any change in like energy with the team after that happened, or the crowd got good?
Yeah, but our energy was good before. Honestly, we were starting to get some separation. But I think obviously anytime something like that happens, the crowd's going to get more into it. But what I was really proud of our guys was they didn't let that take them away from the path that we had started kind of getting on ourselves by just defending that in that third quarter. It's easy after that to try to act tough and try to do something on your own or foul somebody hard the next time. And for a young team like we have to keep their composure and keep playing the way that we are trying to play, I was happy to see that.
Is there talk about the defense so far? This is the second home game in a row, second win in a row where you guys have had 6 different scores in double digits. Speak to the offense. What did you see?
Well, we're sharing the ball. Even in Portland, we missed shots in Portland, but we had I think 100 or 337 total passes, which was like our second highest of the season. So we're sharing the ball, which means the only time tonight we didn't share the ball was in the second quarter, and that's when the other team scored a lot more than us. Our defense wasn't good, and we weren't scoring the ball ourselves because we started trying to play individual basketball, and we talked about that at halftime, but. To me, our offense is we're trying to play the right way. Even at the end of the game, Tark Black had a layup he could have shot, and he swung it to the corner. Bi caught, swung it to Lou at the top. That's making the extra pass. That's making the defense work, and we're getting more possessions like that. But the offense is no question at its best when we're engaged on defense and we're getting stops and we can get out and run with the different weapons we have. And when we're not playing defense and we're not engaged on defense, it turns into more of a selfish style offensive play as well.
Is there temptation to go back, to D'Angelo or Julius late in a game like this where the group on the floor is doing well, they're holding up the lead, but
Yeah, because I thought D'Angelo and Julius were both playing really well tonight. So there was. I was planning on getting him back in there, and I've preached all year. If units are playing well together, we're going to ride with them. And I think D'Angelo and Julius would agree that if that was them out there and it was their turn to come out, they'd want to stay in the game and keep riding. So I wouldn't expect either one to be upset. I'm sure they both wanted to play more, but every time I looked down on the bench, they were both cheering on their teammates and being, they weren't sulking or pouting about not being on the floor. I mean, games like this help everyone's. Games like his help, obviously, the one he had tonight. I don't think he needs it. I think some players might. Lou Dang doesn't. He's been really good in this league for a long time. I think his confidence is probably just fine. Yeah, I think so. I think we're, we finally got him on a couple passes today on his cuts, which we need to continue to do a better job of. There's literally a cut named the Lou Dang cut in the NBA, like within locker rooms. Like, watch out, this guy does the Lou Dang cut. Like, he's that good of a cutter. And so far, we're slowly starting to hit him on some of those, which he's pretty good at, getting to the basket and making plays. But we'll continue to work on that and have our guys looking for that type of stuff.